Today we're going to learn how to make a room, and we're just going to make a basic four-sided, four-walled square room. And
Okay.
then on the inside, we're going to make it dark. And we make an area dark by using what we call a zone. And a zone is sort of like movers and particle emitters in the fact that you have to right click a normal object to be able to see the zone uh, square, like, like a M for a mover and P for a particle emitter. The zone will have a Z for it. So I said Z before, didn't I? I'm not even going to try and explain all of the coding because it would take too long. So I've got an example already set up, a complete room with four walls and a ceiling. I guess, why don't you all just come over here and join me? I'm just right behind the lots here, but you can join me, or if you see where I'm at, you can come over here. Well, I've got the light room sitting over here. See where I'm at, guys? See where I'm at? Yeah, okay. Okay. Now, there's two ways that you could create this and build it. I just need you to create, here's my room, and I'm going to shift and go inside. And if you come inside this room, you'll see that it's darker in here than it is on the outside. You notice that? Now, if you want to see what's doing the darkness, just right click on any one of the walls, and then you'll see a green Z dangling in the air, a green Z square. And just right click on that green Z, and then scroll down a little bit on the object properties, and you'll see there's a big double-sized square box called color. And I've made that color kind of a medium gray. And what that does, if you put it in a zone, what that does is it makes the environment inside the zone that gray color, the air. It makes it dark. This is how you can get darkness in well-lit areas. Now, let's say you want to turn a light on in the room. You see over here on this wall, there's a light switch. Just click on that light switch and you will see the light come on. How about that?
Now,
This is very cool stuff. When you do this on a build, and you tell people or put a little sign up or something to click the switch to turn the light on, that's impressive to be able to do stuff like that. But it's
now,
going to take most of this class to teach you how to do it. So
so does that switch like turn off the?
yeah, if you click the switch again, it turns the light out. Now you'll notice that the switch kind of jumps back and forth when you click on it. If you click on it to turn the light on, it jumps to the left. You
But you
click it
could
to turn them
put
off,
them
it
over
jumps to the
top.
right.
You could put them over top of each other, right, to make it look like it's the same switch.
Right, and the reason why I've got them separate so they're not over the top of each other, if you right-click the wall, you'll see there's two of them. They're actually two separate objects. They're two different objects. One of them has the switch up in the air, pointing up. The other object has the switch pointing down.
Now, why do you
If
not have them overlapped?
I don't have them overlapped because they have different programming in each of them, and I kept them apart so you can easily right-click on them and then highlight and copy what's in the action box and put it in your copy that you're going to put on your lot.
And then, am I able to put them over top of each other?
You can, yeah, you can do that once we get to that point. But what we need to do first is to get you going on building your room. Now, if you right-click one of the walls, you'll see that I used a PP24 And the 24 just means it's that wood texture on a PP. But I have an M listed after the 24 in the model name, so it's PP24M. That means it's a medium width. It's like two PP24s put side by side, but you don't need to use two objects if you use the 24M. So what you first need to do is go to your lots now, right click and highlight and copy the model name, this PP24M, if you can't remember, use it. And then go back to your lot and duplicate your pole and click them out. So you've got a perfect square of PPM walls. You want 4 of them in a row, 4 in a room shape, a cube. You can put the ceiling on too. I used a walk 023. You just right click on them and do them. So go ahead and first of all, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes because it's going to take a while to get that stuff set up. Make sure it's a PP24M with the M on the end. And see if you can center that perfectly in the center of your lot. These PP24Ms are 8 meters wide and 4 meters tall. So there's going to be an extra meter of grass sticking out in each side of your room once you put all 4.
Now, am I able to stack them on top of each other to make my room a little bit bigger?
No, we don't want you to make your room bigger because
taller.
We don't want you to make it taller either. We want you to make it exactly the way it is over that I've got the example in because we have to shape the zone to the size of the room, and I've got it already set up on the signs how you're going to measure it. And I don't want to have to explain to people that, well, you got to use a different measurement for this. I don't need the distractions. I need you to just stick with the program and make it the way it is over here. So you need 4 PP24Ms. It doesn't have to be a 24. You can make it any texture you want. You can make it a PP. The reason why I use the 24 is because it's a dark wood and it helps enhance the darkness that we're going to be putting inside there. So
is there any others that are like dark?
I'm sorry?
Is there any other dark ones that I could use?
Well, I think your metal one will be good enough. That's fine. Make sure that you're
supposed to create any zones yet.
Not what part. Yeah, we'll be here. We'll be doing it in a moment. I just want to make sure everybody is at the same point, and I'm still waiting for some people to finish their rooms. So
PP28 makes it look like you're inside a bush, and I like that.
Now make sure that your corners are lined up. You don't want any corners to be not lined up. I'm looking at a corner here. Yeah, there you go. I saw that.
Oh, and I have to do the roof though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the roof.
Put a roof on there. Just copy your pole because it's right in the exact center. And if you put your walls in the exact center, it should show up in the right place. I used what did I use? I forget now.
You used walk 023.
Yeah, walk 023. Yeah. That walk 023 should fit perfectly on top of your 4 walls with no overlapping or gapping.
023.
Am I able to use a water texture? There is a water texture.
Yeah, I think that's 31. It's the last one, I think. One of the last ones.
31 is the last one.
No, 32 is. I tested it.
I don't know.
Oh, 30. 30 is the water.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, I knew it was one of the last ones. I couldn't remember that.
Oh, I forgot that my floor is blue, but you don't see it anyway. Okay. I think I've done it.
How you doing, Josiah?
I've done it.
Do we have to put the darkness, or are we able to do something else?
No, we're all gonna do exactly the same thing today. So
Okay. Because it'd be cool if I used the water texture and then the water thing that made
No. Not today. That's for your lot in logos to experiment with.
Okay.
Okay, for those who have finished their room, go on back over here now to the room, because we've got other objects that you're going to have to copy and put in your room. You're going to need to make a little invisible object that's going to have a light command in it. Or actually, it won't have it in that object. It's going to be the object that's going to show the light. So, and it needs to be exactly in the center of your room. So if you lined up your walls so the pole is exactly in the center, then you just need to right-click your pole, and I'm going to go ahead.
I deleted my pole.
I'm going to go ahead and, just for the fun of it, I'm going to move one of these objects off center in here, just so you see it and know what you need to get. So you need to right-click in here to see this invisible, it's called a snack 01. And once you right-click and look up in the middle of the room, you'll see that there's this, looks like a bowl of potato chips. And we're going to use that for the light emitting object in the center of the room. So you need to get one of those in your room, a snack 01, and you also need to copy each of the 2 switches on the wall. And one of them is L switch D as in dog, and the other one is L switch U.
Okay.
And that means, what that means is L switch D means that the switch is pointing down, D for down. And then the other one that's invisible until you right-click the wall and then you see it is L switch U, and that's where the switch pointing up. And once you get those 3 objects inside your room, you need that snack 01. You should also, while you're doing all this, when you right-click, you'll need to highlight and copy what's in the action box of each of these objects in here, because that's the coding that does all of the light turning on and turning off and all that kind of stuff.
So get the potato chips and put them in the center?
Right. What you do is duplicate your pole in the center.
Which I don't have anymore.
Well, I'm not the one that deleted it. You did. I told you guys to keep your poles. So
I did not know you said that.
You can right-click and copy one of your walls and then move it in to the center. So it's in the center, and then change it to the snack 01, and then move it up 4 clicks so it's right in the exact center of the room. And make sure that you copy what's in the action box in it and put that in there too. So you guys are going to put a lot of running.
Pole 01.
Well, you don't have to change it to a pole. If you're using a wall, just duplicate one of your walls, move it to the center, change it to snack 01, because that's the object you need to change it to.
I got a snack on my floor now. So now I move it up how many clicks?
4. That's 2 meters. Each click is a half a meter, and the walls are 4 meters high, and it needs to be halfway up. So that's 4 clicks, 2 meters up. And
You're
then
not
you
in
need
there,
to get
right?
then you need to get a copy of each of those two switches and put them side by side for now on the wall. Hey, Josiah, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hand here. You got your room all set up right, but I'm gonna put it so it's in the center of the lot. There
Mr.
you go.
N. Carr,
Yes.
I was just wondering, uh, like, I was the other part, what were the first two things I had to do again?
Uh, I didn't catch all that. Your voice kind of cuts in and out. Say that again. What is it?
What were the first two things you had asked us to do again?
Well, first of all, make the four walls, and then, then inside my example, you'll see that there is an invisible, if you right click one of the walls and look up in the center, you'll see that there's this little, looks like a bowl of chips, and it's called snack.
Done it? Yeah, I have the two switches and they're working.
Okay, okay, that's good. You don't need to tell me that though, okay? I'm in the middle of explaining something to somebody. So you need to, first of all, put a snack 01 right in the center of your room, Abigail, and then you need to get copies of the two light switches that are on the wall. One is invisible. You need to right-click the wall to see them both,
Okay.
and then right-click on them and get their model names. And you're also going to want to copy what's in the action boxes and put them in your copies too.
Okay.
Now, if going into the room and right clicking everything and trying to find stuff is a problem for you, you can also stand right outside this room where I'm standing, and I've got on these three signs exactly the type of model object you need to put in and what it's called, and then in the action I've got what you need to put in the action box on these signs. So it might be easier if you want to read it. You can still right click the sign and then copy it out of the description box if you want to do it that way too. It's all good. It's all the same. You're going to end up with an on switch, an off switch, a light object, which is that snack, and then we're also going to create a zone inside of your room. So what I need to know then is once everybody has their two switches and their snack object in the middle of your room,
Yep.
just
I
let
have it.
just let us know.
Wait, how do we put the zone in? You haven't even explained that
Well,
yet.
you're right. I haven't yet because I'm waiting for everybody to get their other stuff in first.
I think I've done the zone.
Okay.
And
Alrighty.
excuse me.
Okay, there
when
you go. Now it's good.
When I click the light switch, even though I haven't put the zone in, it still turns the light on and off in the room.
That's right, because the zone is there to make the air dark. So
Oh, okay. But
you'll
it still
see the
turns it
light
on
come
and
on.
off.
Right, right. The darkness is to just enhance the contrast. We put the darkness in there to make it, seem like it's a dark room when you walk in, and then when you turn the light on, it's more of a contrast. You see it better. How's everybody doing? Does everybody have their? I know Abigail is still going to get her switches. Somebody's got a zone already set up in theirs.
That's me.
That's you, Christian. Good job, kiddo.
Thank you.
Good job.
That's cool.
All right. Guys are progressing. Okay, I think, are we, okay, okay, you got the one switch in there. Oh, you got them both. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Is everybody ready to learn how to make a zone now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. For those of you that still have a pole in the center, because you need to put this zone right in the center of your room, what you need to do is, since you won't need your pole anymore, you won't have to duplicate it, or we'll just change it to a zone. And let me just quickly show you how to do that, just with I'm just going to show you my screen here. So now I don't have it in a room or anything, but here's what I'm going to show. Okay, where'd I?
You're not sharing your screen yet.
I know. Okay. So here's your pole. It's right in the center of your room. You should first move it up 4 clicks because it needs to be exactly in the center, the same place where your snack object is. It needs to be in the center. So I'm going to move the pole up 1, 2, 3, 4 clicks. Now I'm going to change it. It's an object right now. I need to change it to a zone. So I'm going to click on zone in this menu, and now I've got a zone. Now I know I told you guys it's in the sign and it's also in the zone that's in the green Z that's in there, but I'm going to go ahead and just do it by hand here. It needs to be 8 meters in the X direction. It needs to be 4 meters in the Y direction, and it needs to be 8 meters in the Z direction. And just for learning purposes, I'm going to check this box called visible so you can actually see my zone. So I'm going to, I also need to make it gray. So let's find a medium gray. Okay, now I'm going to let this go. Now you can see my zone. See it? It's this cube of air, I guess you could call it, virtual air. And that should be exactly on the inside of your box. And oh, I forgot. I got to check something else too. That's what I get for doing it manually instead of checking my notes. I need to block the world light. That's one of the check marks that's on that. Okay. Now, when I walk inside, there, see, it gets dark. I'm walking into a darkened room, and I just don't have any walls up around it. But that's what's going to happen when you put your zone exactly in the center of your box. So work on that. If you've got a pole in the center, just move it up 4 clicks, and then and then change it right here to a zone. Okay, I'm going to quit sharing now. But that Z needs to be right in the center. It needs to be overlapping your little snack object.
Just saved it as a preset. Is that okay?
Sure, yeah. That's what you should do. That's the if you know that you need to make it just like that, that's what you should do, is to just save it as a preset. I've also got it in the sign on the outside of my room too about the zone object. It says set for size. X should be 8, Y should be 4, Z should be 8. And then you have to click block world light and make the color gray in the big square down at the bottom. So you just need a couple of options set in it. Zones are pretty simple. They don't have that many options. We use zones for, well, like I showed you, we can make things dark. We can make the interior kind of the ambiance, a different color, you know, a shimmering in the air kind of color. We can use it to control weather because we make weather out of particle emitters, you know, like the rain and the snow that we saw in the particle emitter yard last week. But let's say you got a big lot and you made a house and you want it to snow. So you make your particle emitter wide enough and deep enough so it covers the whole lot so it's snowing, but yet the snow goes inside your house too. Oh no, what do I do? You put a zone inside your house and you can set it to an option. Let me see what it's officially called. I don't remember the official name here.
Why is mine not working?
Set it for block particles and then it won't let snow, the zone won't let snow in. So that's how it modifies your
Oh, I didn't change its size.
I don't have a pole in my house.
Oh, okay. Well, since your invisible snack object's right in the center, just right-click your snack object and duplicate it, and then of course move it back so it's right back in the center where it started, and then go up and change that into a zone.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So I remember that you said you had to change it to size X is 8 and size Z is 8, but what was size Y?
4. 4 is the height, or Y is the height, and this room is 4 meters high, and it's 8 meters wide and 8 meters deep. And that's what you did when you put that in the zone. That's how you size your zone up. Create
Is it really, really dark in here?
Yeah, and your eyes are glowing too. That's weird.
Can I, wait, they are?
You've got sparkly eyes for some reason.
So I just say block particles? Is that the one I have to do?
No, we're not going to do that. I was just talking about weather. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to mislead you. What you need to put in your zone, and let me find you. I used to think that these things in here would help. They don't seem to help that much.
Wait, am I able to change it to a different color?
Change what?
My,
Oh, there's your pole. Okay.
Can I change it to a different color?
If you want to, that's fine. 50. Let me move this for you. They just got out of whack here. Okay. This. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see that now. Good job, Abigail. You got it right there. Now, oh yeah, and you got the programming in there too.
Whoa, I think I just made something really cool.
Block world. There you go, girl. All right. Nice job. Looks good too. I click your light switch and light comes on and light goes off. If you want to, Abigail, now that your two switches are properly programmed, you can move the invisible one over, you know, the other one, so they look like they're the same switch, because that's what it's actually supposed to be doing. It's supposed to make it look like it's just one switch there, but actually you get that motion of the switch going up. You have to have a different object with the switch in the up direction to make it do that. So inside the programming that's in these light switches, it tells the switch that you just clicked to become invisible, and it tells the other switch to become visible.
Wait,
so you click it, and then it shows the other switch. And when you click the other switch, then it makes it invisible and returns the other one to be invisible again. So there's all kinds of coding going on in here.
I think I accidentally figured out how to make it into water.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. You're probably swimming through it now, right?
Yes, I am, and it looks
Okay.
really cool with my water texture.
How?
Okay, where's your switch? Let me just. All right. When you make it water, though, you lose. I think you lose that. Well, you made it blue, so it doesn't get that dark in there. The idea of using the zone was to make the air dark in there.
Okay, I'll go back in and do that.
But you understand that, I know, so it's no big deal.
Oh, so I don't need to do that?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Let's see. Somebody. All right. All right, Caleb. Good job. Let's see. Yeah, that looks great. Cool job, guys. Okay, who's this? Oh, this was Abigail's. Okay, hers works.
Bye.
Okay, see you later.
I'll have a video up
Um,
by tomorrow night, so that you with a recap of the lesson. Okay, for everyone.
Okay. Bye,
Okay.
everyone.
All right. Bye
Bye,
bye.
Christian.
See you.